नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। आनन्दलीलामय विग्रहाय हेमाभिदिव्यै छविसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So today we are starting the 9th chapter from Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, the opulences of Krishna. So, just before beginning, I remember once our Lokamohan Krishna Prabhu was saying that the spelling of my name is Krshna, and I had mentioned that yes, that is how in our scriptures Krishna is written. It is the actual spelling. So here we can see it is Krishna. Okay. Since Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is especially merciful to innocent, unsophisticated persons, his name is also Patita Pavan. Dinere odhik daya kore bhagavan, Pondit kulina dhoni boro obhiman. So deen means somebody who is very unsophisticated, very lowly, very innocent. To them, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is especially merciful, and therefore one of his name is Patita Pavan, the deliverer of the most fallen conditioned souls. Although a conditioned soul may be fallen to the lowest position, such a lowly state will not prevent him from advancing in the spiritual science. Just because a person is at present in the most lowest position, in the most fallen condition, that does not mean that such a person cannot advance in the spiritual science, provided he is innocent. Sri Sanatan Goswami was considered fallen in the society because he was in the service of the Muslim government and had thus been excommunicated from the Brahminical society. But because he was a sincere soul, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed him special favor by granting him a wealth of spiritual information. The Lord next explained to Sri Sanatan Goswami how the different spiritual planets are situated in the spiritual sky. The spiritual planets are also known as Vaikunt planets. The planets of the material creation have a limited length and breadth. But as far as the Vaikuntha planets are concerned, because they are spiritual, there is no limit to their dimensions. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu informed Sri Sanatan Goswami that the length and breadth of every Vaikunt planet is thousands of billions of miles. In other words, no one can measure any Vaikuntha planet's actual extent. Each of these planets is unlimitedly expanded, and in each of them, the residents are full in all six opulences, that is, wealth, strength, knowledge, beauty, fame, and renunciation. So, all the residents of the Vaikuntha planets, they are all full in wealth. So, they have complete wealth. They are full in strength. There is no diminish in even point zero 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 zero, to infinity. Not even that much diminish. So they have full strength, fully knowledgeable. They are all knowledgeable. They are full of absolute knowledge, fully beautiful, full of beauty, full of fame and renunciation. They are not attached. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is present in every Vaikunt planet. Indeed, in each Vaikuntha planet, an expansion of Krishna has his eternal abode, and Krishna himself has his original eternal abode called the Krishna Lok or the Golok Vrindavan. In this universe, even the largest planet lies in one corner of outer space. In this universe, even the largest planet, it lies in one corner of the outer space. It's like a dot. For example, although the sun is a million times larger than the earth, it still lies in one corner of outer space. Similarly, each of the Vaikuntha planets, although unlimited in length and breadth, they all lie in a corner of the spiritual sky. It's very insignificant. It is not even seen. It's so insignificant. And that is known as Brahmajyoti. In the Brahma Samhita 5.40, the Brahmajyoti is described as Nishkalam, Anantam, Ashesha, Bhutam, or the undivided and unlimited, and without a trace of the material modes of nature. All the Vaikuntha planets are like petals of a lotus flower, and the principal part of that lotus, that is the center of the lotus flower, is the center of all the Vaikuntha planet, and that is called Krishna Lok or the Golok Vrindavan. If you have seen the lotus flower, there's a whorl in between. There's a white part where um, there are small antennas in that white part, and the petals are spread out. So the Vaikuntha planets are like the petals of this lotus flower, and in between that white portion, that is the Golok Vrindavan or Krishna Lok, where Krishna himself is residing. And on each of these petals, Krishna's expansions. Each petal or each Vaikuntha planet is for an individual expansion or incarnation of Krishna. Thus, the expansions of Krishna in various forms, as described herein, as well as his various abodes on the spiritual planets in the spiritual sky, are unlimited. Even the demigods like Brahma and Shiva cannot see the Vaikuntha planets or even estimate their number or the vast extent. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10.14.21. No one can estimate the length and breadth of all the Vaikuntha planets. Elsewhere in the Bhagavatam, in Canto 2.7.41, it is stated that not only are the demigods like Brahma and Lord Shiv unable to make such an estimate, but even Ananta, the incarnation of the Lord's opulence of strength. So, Lord's own incarnation, Ananta, who is the incarnation of opulence, of Lord's strength, because Ananta is holding the all the universes in its on its head, and Sheshnag is personally carrying the weight of the Supreme Lord. Still, they also cannot estimate the uh, potency or cannot ascertain the limit of the Lord's potency or the area of the different Vaikuntha planets. Again, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10.14.21, one of the prayers of Brahma is very convincing in this connection. O my dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, O Super Soul, O Master of all mystic powers, no one can know or explain the extent of your Vaikuntha planets or how you expand your Yogamaya energy throughout the three worlds. And a few verses earlier in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.14.7, Brahma prays, Gunatmanaste api gunan vimatum हितावता हितावतीर्णस्य क इषिरे अस्य कालेन यैर्वा विमिताः सुकल्पैर् भूपांशवः खे मिहिका द्युभाषः. Scientists and learned men cannot even measure the atomic constitution of a single planet. Even if they could count the molecules of snow in the sky or the number of stars in space, they could not understand how you descend to this earth or in this universe with your innumerable transcendental potencies and qualities. Meaning that actually the scientists and all the learned men, actually, even if they are all put together, all their brain and intelligence, everything put together, actually they cannot estimate how many molecules are there in a snow, yes, in a snowflake, or in snow, how many molecules are there. From the sky the snowflakes fall, and every snowflake is actually distinct from the other. No two snowflakes are same actually. This is the creation of the Lord. And these scientists, these learned men, they cannot count the molecules in the snow that are there in the sky, or they can never finish completing the number of stars that are there in space. But here in Srimad Bhagavatam, Brahma is saying that even if they are able to count these molecules, and even if they are able to count the number of stars in the space, even then they will never be able to understand how Krishna, by his personal potency, how he descends to this earth or to this universe with his innumerable transcendental potencies and qualities. So scientists and learned men with their intelligence, they cannot understand the transcendental potencies and the transcendental qualities of the Supreme Lord, the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Lord. They are never revealed to someone who is not a devotee of the Lord. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2.7.41, Lord Brahma informs Narad Muni that none of the great sages born before Sri Narad Muni, including Brahma himself, Lord Brahma is telling this to Narad Muni, and he's talking of himself also, that before Sri Narad Muni was born, no one, none of the great sages could measure the extent of the Supreme Lord's potencies. Indeed, Brahma declared that even Ananta, with his thousands of tongues, fails when he tries to fully describe the Lord's energies. Similarly, in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10.87.41, the personified Vedas pray. Personified Vedas means in the spiritual world, everyone is a personality. So the Vedas is the knowledge of the Supreme Lord. And personified Vedas means the all the Ved Shastra in their personified form, the personality of each Veda. Together they are praying. Dyupataya evatena yayur. No, what is this? How will be the meter? द्युपतय एव तेन ययुरन्तमनन्ततया त्वम् अपि यद् अन्तराण्डनिचयाननुशावर सावरनः ख इव रजांसि वन्ति वयसा सह यच्छ्रुतयस्त्वयि हि फलन्ति अतन्निरसनेन भवन्निधनाः. My Lord, you are unlimited, and therefore no one can measure the extent of your potencies. I think that even you who do not know the range of your energies, the Vedas personified, they are praying to the Lord and they are saying no one else can understand the extent of the Lord's potencies. But they are also saying that I think that even you, means the Lord Himself, cannot understand the range of His own energies. It is so unlimited. An unlimited number of planets float in the sky just like atoms. And great Vedantists who are engaged in research to find you discover that everything is different from you. At last, they conclude that you are everything. So, Krishna willing, we'll continue tomorrow. We'll pause here for today. Thank you very much, dear devotees, for your kind association. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय. शिला जय पताका स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।
हरि बोल। श्यामा करुणामयी
हरि
माता
बोल।
की जय।
जय।
हरि बोल, हरि बोल,
All glories to
हरि बोल।
Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga.
हरि
Hari
बोल। हरि बोल।
हरि बोल।